Hey guys, live. Let's just see. One second. Right. Good afternoon, guys. How are we? Let's just shut that down. Get a little bit more space. Big Harvey, how are you, buddy? All right. Let's get TV. There we go. Okay, so today we've had a couple of trades on gold. Last one, we did 60 odd pips. You can see our target one we put in here. I dropped it down just a little bit to 96. So numbers on the CPI that just came out, expected 0.2, came in at 0.2 year on year. Expected 2.5, came in at 2.5. So no real amendments on the numbers. Yes, CPI is a little bit hot. Inflation's a bit higher than expected, but remember, this is probably just tip of the iceberg based on maybe what's come in over the next reading with what's going on in the Middle East. On the basis that energy prices have taken a step higher, the supply chain is massively affected right now, and I expect that CPI will be up on the next reading. Let's get rid of this. We're going to get rid of our levels from. All right, let's just adjust. We can look sell below here. Price is 51.79. So we're just going to wait for the market to do what we want it to do, which is either a close below 51.79 here or a close above where it says target one. Let's change that. Possible buy above 51.90. Let's call it 99. 51.99. Move that to the top. All right, data's already been released, so I can remove that. Opportunity, well, listen, based on the candles that we see right now, there's no opportunity to trade the range. What we could look for here is a 5-minute bullish candle. If we close, I've got to wait 4 minutes. If this candle closes bullish, ideally above the previous 5-minute candle, next candle wicks down. Based on what we see here, yeah, there's 93 pips available, so that would work. If we get a 15-minute close below here, though, we're going to have a slightly different option. If we get a close below, then we can look at a sell underneath the low of 51.72.50, which is probably my preference. As I said this morning, my bias is to the downside right now on gold. We've got 3 minutes, but to wait. 3 minutes to wait before we can make a decision based on rules, not emotions. So I don't care which way it goes. I just need one of my setups to be there. So no gray areas. It's either going to close below this level or it's going to close above it. If it closes above it, we're going to see a bullish 5-minute candle. That 5-minute candle, the next one, if it wicks down, we can buy the break of the high and trade it up. If we close below this level, we're going to have a 15-minute close below, going to look for a wick up, and then we sell the low of this candle. So there's no gray areas. Okay, all very, very straightforward. Okay, DAX sold off lovely from this morning. I did send out trade idea, and that we could look for Okay, let's change screen because we might get, we're going to get a setup whichever way we look at it. Okay. Okay, so we have 1 minute 15 seconds. Hey Vic, how you doing? Yeah, it was uh, yeah, if this closes like this, I'm just going to hit the buy button above the high of this candle. We have 23 seconds. Uh, okay, there we go. Now, if it sells off, guys, there's no setup for the sell because we closed above the level. See here? Closed above the level. 5 minute, we've got a buy stop above the bullish 5 minute candle high. So let's see how we pan out here. Menu, one second, 130. 7-3, one more. That's it. Yeah, I'm leaving the order in for now, guys. No need to do anything with the order yet. I don't mind it coming down. So orders in. Now, what we'll wait for, if we do get a close below, then it's going to come on the hourly. Um, I think there's our answer. Okay, so this area is going to be very interesting now. What's underneath that low? Still 80 pips. So that would work. Okay, I'm going to cancel that order now. Nothing for me now on the buy side. Got to wait. Got to wait for the next buy setup. See, that's the downside. You know, look, ultimately, waiting for a wick down here saved us from just jumping into bias here. I did say at the beginning, though, my bias ultimately is for sells on this at the minute. Doesn't mean I won't trade long. I have to trade according to the setup that I'm seeing. Now look, if this 5-minute candle then closes back above this level as well, then we'll replace the same order. Because this will show a big rejection of the same price point. We've got 1 minute, 10 seconds. So that would be the order we'd be looking if it closes bullish again. I'd look for extended targets all the way back up to the top. Partial TPs. Yeah. Partial TP I'd put in at 51. Can't see. I'm gonna have to put it in properly. 51.90 basically. So partial TP would be 51.90 on this occasion. 8 seconds. This is where we're looking. Held, give or take. I'm replacing the buy order, guys. Just looking at this, I would have expected this to continue to fall significantly. What did I say? 51.90 is where I'm going to put my TP. 5190. So that is 70 points. TP1 70 points for me today. And then I'm going to do TP2 at 120. So we've got bigger room for a first TP based on the candle space that we have. TP2 is going to be 50 pips extra. Okay, so orders in, and we are waiting. I'm not. I mean, the DAX was a beauty this morning. Just shame it stopped us out at break even. Went down right to the next target as well. For what did we get? Yeah, 200 points that moved lower. Okay, so if you have just checked in, guys, and you are new to the stream, we focus primarily on gold, Nasdaq, and DAX. For the US session, primarily gold and Nasdaq. So what we're looking at is this area of support where we can see prices rallied a few times. And if you look, these wicks have come down, they've broken, they've tested, and they've pushed a little bit further each time, but the follow through hasn't really been there. We had this move lower on the 5 minute, and then I said this candle, we closed back above, we waited for a wick down, we placed a buy above this high. This candle came down, moved what? A good 85 pips below, and then started to retreat. So I'm looking at this and seeing this is another failed attempt to push lower, even though it went 80, 85 pips lower. We do have the hourly candle closing in 5 minutes. So that will obviously give us another new 15-minute candle, new 30-minute candle, new hourly candle. So there's a lot going on at the minute, but I'm kind of favoring these as little rejections. If we look at the hourly now, I mean, to be fair, look at these hourly candles. Wick down, big wick up, big wick down, big wick up, big wick down, big wick down, wick up and down, wick up and down, wick up, wick down. Again, very, very similar. We're not getting many big bodied candles. And that's what I was hoping that with the news today, we would have got some significant move that might have cleared out all of this crap, basically, and we get some nice big bodied candles that we can utilize for a trade, which, that's what paid off so handsomely the other day, where the market just broke out, gave us the trade we were looking for, and then set up a nice BPC straight afterwards. When you start dropping to the lower time frames, you can see we're coming into these structural points over here, again, over here. So the sell side, even though it's something I'm favoring, I don't think I would be that keen on taking a sell trade unless we get below 51, 57, this area. I'm keeping the buy-in for now, guys. I'm keeping the buy-in for now. Well, what's everyone been trading today? Let me know what you've been trading today. How's the job going, Vic? Enjoying it? Is it calmed down a little bit for you? 2 minutes left for this 15-minute hourly candle, 30-minute candle to close. How many of you, is there anyone new on the live stream today? Is there anyone that's not been here before? Or are we just full of veterans today? Is that what it is? We just got the vets in today. I know Jez won't be in today. Neither will Peter Armand. They're both at Cheltenham. Okay, so this hourly candle is going to close pretty strong. So from it, let's kill that order now. Ah, literally just about to measure. Okay, so one thing we've got now is, yeah, it looks like we're going to drop down anyway. But we could look for BPC trades. So look for a rotation higher, then look for seller candles to come back in to then sell back down. Not sure we're going to get anything here. So DAX, we need it to pop through this area here. For shorts, longs could be on if we have no wick down. Longs could have been on here, but we've not got a wick down. If we'd have had a wick down, if we'd have had a wick down here, we could have bought the higher this candle. So look at Nasdaq. Okay, so Nasdaq sells under here. So the sells look good underneath where I've highlighted, but I'm not fond of any buys really until so just drop this in here for now. Okay, so above there, what have we got? 180. Okay, so the buys we can look at. So this is what we're going to think of today. Nas buys above this gray zone. Nas sells below this gray zone here. We'll look to target there and there. This bit is going to be a no trade range. DAX we can look at if we get a close above here. So we can look for buys above here, and we can look for sells below here. I think what's going on with gold? Well, it's going to be the same analysis. If we get a close above on the 15, we get a wick down, we're going to be a buyer of gold. Nasdaq, we're waiting, and DAX, we're waiting. So DAX buys above. So I just need to clean my glasses, see if it can help me see. Feel like I'm underwater. Okay, so buys above 23,670, sells below 23,530. Look to target around 23,800. Oh, God. Okay, gold's coming back. It's a big old 5-minute candle that. There's nothing placed. I'm just hovering it, just looking to see what. So we've got 95 pips above the high of that 15-minute candle. So what we want to see is we want to see if a 5-minute candle can close above this level again. If it can, we can look to place that order. Mm, Okay, so we're breaking the 15-minute high. We've got 3 minutes to wait. Now, if you want to do, depending how aggressive you are, guys, you can go in above the high of this candle. I'm just going to wait for the 5-minute candle to close because I want to see if we close like we did here. And if we did, then I'll buy above the highs. If this ends up selling off and we get a rejection candle here, then we can look to sell underneath the low of this candle if we get a wick up. So there's going to be a couple of opportunities here to trade. This order's not pending. It's just I'm holding it there just see if we get a close above. One minute, 50 seconds, guys. 1 minute, 50 seconds. This 5-minute candle closes above. Next candle, we're going to buy above the high. 1 minute, 20 seconds. What's the worst thing that can happen by waiting for the candle to close? What's the worst thing that can happen for waiting for the candle to close? We wait for the candle to close. What's the worst thing that can happen? Right, 20 seconds left for this 5 minute candle. Hmm. Well, okay, not doing anything now. Right, we're going to wait for the 15 to close. If the 15 closes above, then we have a setup. So we have to wait 4.5 minutes, guys. 4.5 minutes. I know it's been a bit of a waiting game today. We keep waiting for the candle to close. It doesn't give us what we want. Then we wait for the next candle to close. It's not giving us what we want. Now this may continue, yeah, and that may keep happening. And then it might go without us. And if it does, it does. 3 minutes, 40 seconds, guys. So we're not going to do anything for the next 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We're going to sit and wait. We're going to see if we're going to get a false break. So a false break would look like this. Candle closes below the structure. Next candle, we didn't get the setup to sell. And then it closes back above the structure. So that's the false break. Then we wait for the market to pull back down. We buy above the highs. Now, depending on the time of day, you can look to do what we call momentum entry, which you're not waiting for a wick down once it closes above or below the structure point. You're just saying, right, well, I believe the volume is in the market now. Price is going to continue in the direction and buy or sell. In this case, it'd be buy. So I will do that. If it closes like this, I'm just going to place a buy stop above the high of this outside candle without waiting for a wick down. I'm not going to wait. I'm not. I'm not going to wait for the bow to be pulled back in this case. So this will be my entry. That's going to be my extended target. And I'm going to put an initial target just down here at 51.91. Exactly 2 minutes to wait. Now, 2 minutes, the market can move a lot in gold, right? So we may not even get the trades. It may just go without us. But if it hovers around here, then we've got a setup. 17 minutes NYSE opens. One minute. Closes like this, I'm hitting the open trade button. Now I can't put my partial take profits on yet because I don't have the pending order in place. Let me just bring that to here. So the high 8206. There we go. 25 seconds. And then I'm just hitting open trade. As long as we close in and around those wicks, I'm fine because ultimately price has to take out the high of this candle, which is way back inside the range. 5 seconds. Wick down would be lovely. Okay, orders in. So there we go. 70 pips. First take profit. So this will be our second or third order that hasn't yet triggered. Pretty much the same trade each time. But then now break even, great question. So because I've got 70 points, my 70% rule on this will be at 49 pips. So basically 50 pips. Looking for price to, oh, that's better. I thought I got a fly on the screen. So yeah, just sit tight, guys. Sit tight. Wait for the market to do what it needs to do. Um, if it breaks the highs, we're in, and happy days. If it doesn't, and it keeps dropping lower, well, we don't lose anything. Uh, Nasdaq. Nasdaq's doing nothing. DAX, yeah, still sat in the range. Very, very. I think we need. I think we need the NYSE to open. Maybe that will give the market a little bit of a kickstart because really the news. So let's just sit tight. Sit tight. Wait for it to pop higher. Now, I think we're gonna have to wait for the open, guys, because it is just a little bit slow. Okay, here we go. And we're in. Well, I'm in. So let's see. So let's get ready. 49 pips is break even. I am pushing the boundaries a little bit at the minute with my first TPs. I've just been looking at all my last trades and noticed that they are more often than not going to structure. So rather than just having a fixed 50 points, what I'm looking at doing is bringing, if there isn't a 50 pip trade on, I don't want to go for anything less. But if there's an 80 pip or a 90 pip, then I'm going to look to try and maximize that if I can. Just looking at ways of trying to improve the return. Well, this one, improve the return, needs to get positive first. Mm. 35, so that'd be about 50 pips. I'm just thinking from a price action point of view. If price rotates on this 5-minute candle and breaks its low, I'm going to close it all out. So I feel that price is just looking a little bit wicky here. I think if we can get a candle that closes above this area, we'll run on. But I think if we flip here, we're gonna see it drop. So if I see this, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just bring that up to here. Then I don't need to do it based on trying to act quick enough. So I've reduced my stop again. So it'd be $2,900 loss if price goes below the low of the current candle. Yeah, it is a 5 minute candle, but I'm just looking at these wicks and how price is again testing this area. The 15 minute, after we've seen it come back up and break this high, I would have expected price to have pushed right on, come all the way back up into the top part of this consolidation. Especially after the way that it moved once it got below this price point, moved at 85 points below that, only to then return and then get back above this little minor structure zone. So we'll see how it plays out. But we've reduced risk as much as possible. We've got 1 minute left of this 5 minute candle, and price is really. Mm, I think if we can get a close above 80, we should be okay. But so the open in 4.5 minutes. And that's probably going to be either the end of us or TP. What's Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq's turned positive now. Nasdaq's turned positive. We'll see if that transfers into gold. They have been running very similarly over the last few days in terms of their movement. Definitely not acting like a big bloody sell-off. What's They have been running hand in hand. So when one's positive, the other one's positive, and when one's bearish, the other one's been bearish recently, which is quite unusual for these markets. 4 minutes to the open. Oh, at the open. Okay. Don't be a bearer of bad news. Looks like you are. And there we go. $2,900 kaput. So what we need to do now is just update the statistics. So that's 24 losses. And 7 for this year. There we go. Now, let's see how it pans out because, like I was saying, this was just getting very, very sticky. Now, if it goes on and flips and takes out the highs, you'll all say, why did I bring my stop up? Because look, ultimately, we don't know. But I was just seeing a few wicks here on the lower time frame. You obviously don't know it's a wick until after the candle is closed. Wow, lightning, you could have wished as well about 5 minutes ago. We just took a loss, buddy. We just took a loss. So we'll see. No problem. You have to break your fast. Probably can't function until you've broken your fast, no doubt. There's not a lot that's really, really. If this closes bearish, if that 15-minute candle closes bearish, then I'm not sure if I think I'm going to stay away, to be fair, guys. Here comes the open. Right, I'm buying above the high of that bullish candle. Full take profit is just to the top of the range here. This will be my final trade. Yeah, look, Nasdaq popped higher on the open. DAX is DAX is coming into the zone. Yeah, Nasdaq's popping higher. Will gold follow? What have we got? 70. Just bring that down a touch. So just looking for it. Take the range. So yesterday we had 3 trades, 3 wins. Today, 1 trade, 1 loss. And not once is this set up for the sell, which the buys keep setting up according to my rules, but the sells haven't. So not once have I been able to trade with, let's say, my preferred direction. Lola's still in, hoping to get to break even. Um, how are you still in, Lola? What did you do? Did you just leave your stop where it was? You didn't reduce risk? Commander in Chief, yeah, I'll do that while we're waiting for. I've not looked at GJ for a long, long, long time. Okay, so daily bias is to the upside. No point marking any structure on the daily. Oh, 4 hour. We're seeing resistance. Okay, I'll leave the structure off for the minute. Okay, so buys above, sells below. and just push that up slightly. Push this down slightly. And down slightly. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking at. We've got plenty of room to the upside. To the downside, you got 22. I'd probably leave the sell trade out. I'm biased to the upside anyway. So I'd be looking for a breakout above 212.9 basically. So I would only my preference if I was to take GJ Commander Chief would be a breakout above the 212.9. All right, let's flip back to gold, not gold, to MT5. Oh, pleasure. So I got buy stop above the high of this candle. To be fair, the 4 hour looks like we could be forming a little bit of support to then start a next impulsive move higher. I just think it's a bit all over the place, really. So I would happily still trade this long back up to the top of the range. But I'm not really seeing too much clarity other than so a quick look, see what's going on investing live. What's that? Stelios Palace on building. Japan set to release part of oil reserves from private sector. Um, Oil prices creep back up after Washington fiasco. Um, Cargo ship on fire in Strait of Hormuz. Iran supreme leader injured. Iran supreme leader injured. My God, he's only just come in, hasn't he? It's definitely not a job you'd want to be taking. The son of the Iranian president says the country's new supreme leader is safe but injured. So he's safe but injured after his appointment 3 days ago. And it's definitely one. You literally you've not got long if that's your job, is you? Uh, Any questions, guys? I feel like there's nothing around at the minute, to be fair. 15 minutes. 6 minutes we've got to set up on DAX, or we can buy the break of this high. Looks like the market's been... Oscar, hi Mark. Can you please explain yesterday's setup which you sent into the Telegram group? Um, Let me have which one? Which one, Oscar? If you just let me know which setup it was. Right, if this breaks the high of this candle, I'm gonna buy 10 lots at market, and then I'll come back and wait for it to close, and then I'll be looking to buy more. Just let me know which I bought a Steam Deck OLED with some of my winnings. Big mistake because I can't put it down. Nice one. Now, if we don't break this high um, during this candle, then I'll just wait for a wick down and I'll buy on the 15-minute candle. Yeah, leave this one in for 19 minutes. Oscar, you gonna let me know which one it was that I sent through, and then I'll talk you through it. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna break the highs. Uh, okay, that one. Yeah, let's go over to TradingView because it's easier. So, very simple trade, Oscar. Typical our breakout system. This candle here. So if we just look, this candle here broke above this structure, broke above the highs. We had a wick down, we bought above the high, and if you look It literally just went in a straight line. 260 points. Yeah, so structure, breakout candle, a little bit of a wick to work with. Next candle, wick down. We bought above the high. There's your risk, and that's what it did. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Very, very simple, straightforward breakout setup. And then I sent this one out. It wasn't an exact setup. I just said watch for a BPC from here. So meaning when price comes into this area, we're looking for buyers to come in. I'm going to cancel that buy order on gold, guys. I'm deleting the buy order. So I don't have a buy order on gold anymore. The buy order is deleted. Um, so looking for a BPC here. In theory, if you were just going to leave it on the 15-minute, the first setup was this 15-minute candle, bullish candle here. And then you trigger with this one over here, and I'd be looking for price to exit around 52.20, somewhere around this structure. Take some off and then try and trail it as much as you can to maximize your gains. So when I pulled off the stream, I said I sent out the alert of watch for the BPC in here. Now, if you are a bit more efficient and understand your price action, there was a lovely 5-minute setup. Oops. Which was here. Price came down to the area. 5-minute bullish candle, right in the hot spot, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Price just moved very, very quickly in your direction. So it's up to you how you want to position yourself, what time frames you want to trade. But they were both setups that were according to our rules, one for the breakout and for the BPC. Just depend whether you want to take the 5 or the 15. The 15, you'd have had to have been a little bit more patient because because not only did you have to wait for the 15-minute candle to close, then you were followed by 2 15-minute inside candles until this one here broke the highs. Let's see what's going on with the Nasdaq. Not a lot. Think. Okay, so the wick fills happened. Wick fills happened. We've come into this price point that we highlighted, wick fill M15. This one here, we were looking for the price to break below here so that we could trade it, but you know the way that it's got down here hasn't been very nice for us. It doesn't allow us. It didn't allow us to get a trade based on our rules. The only trade we've taken was a buy above this bullish candle high here, and we got stopped as price rotated back lower. Okay, so again, we're going to see what happens. If price can get below this area, we've got some nice clear space to run lower. So anywhere in this region right now, because this is the wick fill and this is the major support of 51.57. If we get close below there, we've got huge return up for grabs, 270 odd points that we could look to take advantage of, or we wait for price to reverse here and buyers to come in, and we can look to trade it back up to the top of that range as well. So a couple of options. Guys, while you're on the stream, just let me know where you've logged in from, what part of the world, UK, Europe, America, Australia, Africa, Middle East. Let me know where you're from. Eyes are a bit sore today, staring at these damn screens, doing nothing. I'm going to be heading back to the hospital after this. So I will see you all in 10 minutes. I'm going to have to shoot, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Okay? Tomorrow morning. Not all of you, actually, just members. Members at 6:30. If you are new to this and you want to stay in the loop with what we're doing, you can have a look in our free Telegram channel. We post charts in there, trades. So the next live stream for YouTube is going to be what day is it? Let me have a look. Thursday. Can I do Friday? I might be able to do Friday this week, guys. I might be able to do Friday. Yeah, there's a link there in the chat box if you want to join the free Telegram channel. Now look. Oh, balls. And there you go. I was just about to say we've got an opportunity coming up, but these markets, unbelievable. Right. Wow. That was a big old spike. 58. 100 pip spike down. If this flips bullish, guys, I'm buying it. So let me just change screen quickly. $68.03. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So orders in 68.38 basically. 5168.38 is my buy stop. And we're in. My last trade of the day. After this one, I'm closing the screen and I'm done. Win, lose or draw. So 35 pips will be my break even. Uh, but that you can you should be able to see the order down at the bottom of the screen as well. It says 20 pips. Okay, there's break even. Come on, let's get that. Oh, so close. Come on, couple of dollars. And here we go, straight into TP. Come on. And there we go. There's 50 pips secured, secured half our profits, and now we let it run. So let's put oh we'll put in 100. So we struck back. We took one loss. I could close out now and be positive on the afternoon session, but I want it to do what it's meant to do. Let's go. And this one, I'm just going to move it up there because if we get our 100 pips, so if we get the 100 pips and it closes half out, that'll be me positive on the session without whatever's running. So just need another $2 to move. Let me know if you got the trade, guys. Let me know if you got the trade. 1 minute for the candle to close. Just going to push that one up slightly underneath that there. $1.50. That's 2,000. There, I've closed half, guys. I'm taking that bit off, and I'll ignore whatever happens. 90 pips. So now I'm just going to let it do whatever it's going to do. I'll push that up, lock a little bit in. So now I'm either going to come back down, get stopped out down here for another $200 or whatever, or we're going to push on and go up towards our extended target around here and at $3,000. Now, I I won't let it just go all the way there. I'll manage it with price action. How many pips is that? It's another 42 pips. So because this is structure here, let's just what's the price? 5192 is that? Oh, damn it, missed it. There we go. Closed another half at 120 pips. Right. Let's bring the stop up. There we go. Let's bring the stop up. I'm just looking profit in here, guys. Something wacky's going on out there. Gold's getting very jittery. So locked in $781 there. We've scaled out 3 times already. 50, 90, 120. Yeah, so you can see here there's 0.63 lots still running. Thank you guys. To 52.60. I don't mind that. Go on then. I'll tell you what I'll do. 52. So no, I'll do 52.32. So I'll put in now, guys. I'm not going to be able to stay on for this entire thing because right. So look, this is what I'll do. I'll take another half off at 51.92, or I'll get stopped out where it is. So that is 12. Is 240 points to here. So it's either going to do what it's either going to stop me out for another $408, or I'm going to bank $240 up, 240 pips up here, and then at this point it'll just do whatever it's going to do. I can't manage it, guys, because I have to go now. So listen, let's see what. In fact, let's just see if I get stopped out quickly, because I just want to know how many of you Lola, 50 pips, well done. Anyone, let me know what you got, guys, please. And if you can make a comment in the comment section after the video's been uploaded onto YouTube, just to let me know how many pips you secured on the live stream. That'd be amazing. So thank you, guys. Okay, could we possibly do 2 live streams back to back and get 200 pips on both live streams back to back? So yesterday and today. In fact, let's just get a little bit of this on the old. Here we go, heading in for another 200 pip trade on live stream back to back. Let's go. So that's what I'll do. I'll close half at 200 pips. There we go, done. Let's get that one gone. So look, I just banked another half at 200 pips, and I got rid of the other partial take profit. So I think that's a great way for us to close the stream, guys, because I really do need to go now, and I'm just going to let this trade do whatever that you know what it needs to do. So yeah, so I will send this out in the free channel so you can see. Live trade done in front of you. There we go. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.